What's up guys, this is Frank for the House of Rags. In this video, we're going to do a really deep clean on a windshield. So it's very important to pay attention. There's going to be a real before and after in this, a real noticeable difference. This is very important on any major detail. I'll always polish the glass, especially the windshield. After a while, you're going to see a film on there, especially if you use the spray and rinse type of product. People can complain at night with the reflection of the light in the darkness. There's gonna be smeary, especially with the rain and all that. You're gonna have a smeary vision. It's a real nightmare. So this is why it's very crucial to polish your windshield at least once a year. It takes only 5 minutes. Polish all the glass on the car and you'll thank me later. And don't forget, if you go on the houseofrags.com and .ca, you can always use the coupon code DOGMA to save you some money and support your friend. And with that being said, let's jump right into it. All right, my friends, step number one is going to be decontamination of the glass. So first step is you get your clay bar, your clay towel, and you go to town, decontaminate thoroughly your windshield using your detail spray or your lubricant of choice, such as a rinseless wash. Very simple, pretty self-explanatory here. By the way, in this video, we're going to use a polisher. If you don't own a polisher already, I highly recommend that you consider investing in one. It's where the fun is at, and there's so much to learn. Once you've been over all the maintenance and the cleanup stuff, you really want to master polishing. This is the real thing. So if you don't own one, you can always use blocks like this with the svelte type of material to polish by hand, polish in the corners where you cannot reach always with a machine. And alternatively, again, you can use a polishing pad, some type of sponge to polish by hand. This is not the best, but that might actually do a real good job. So with that being said, my friends, let's get to it. Yes, it's super humid in the garage right now. We got 70% humidity, but take a look at what I was talking about. That film. So that's what, like a year of driving? Hopefully you guys can see this in the camera. So I sprayed my panel prep. Gonna want to stay tuned for the after. Okay, from now you want to use your favorite pad. I'm using the Detailco Wool Pad on my Rotary polisher from Flex. So you can use your compound of choice. I'm using Detailco Endgame. I'm gonna give this a solid cleanup with a compound and a machine action. That's gonna really deep clean those pores. So you're getting that effect because the windshield is porous and it's getting neglected. So that's a good way to make a really deep clean. A lot of you guys are gonna know this already, but polishing your windshield is not gonna remove scratches. It's just gonna do a really nice deep clean for you to start over, maybe apply a window sealant, something of that nature. But the driver is gonna have really the perfect vision at night, even with reflection, just like a brand new windshield. So the reason why I'm using a rotary, well, I'm gonna do a better edge work at the top, at the frame here, and at the bottom, the plastic liner. Because as you know, the dual action is gonna throw like this and it's gonna be difficult to have a good edge work for your windshield. I've done it a very long time with only a dual action, so this is not really a big deal. So I'm seeing one spot here. So here's a massive difference with a polish and an unpolished windshield. Look here, the water is sticking around, and on the polished side, it's flooding, right? And as you dry this, the right side is super smeary, super ugly. And look at that polished side. And that's a paint prep that I just used. Super humid in the garage right now, so excuse me if it's slow to dry, but there's a big difference. There's a film on the right side and nothing on the left. So she's gonna be really happy about that. I've got the wiper here in the way, but we'll make it work. Spread your abrasive first. Gotta be careful not hit the wipers or the glass roof as best as I can. Speed 4.5, which is 1300 RPM. No, 4.5 is 1425. So if you want to be a real maniac, you're going to use by hand around the windshield wipers. But 95% of the people are not going to notice that. Not that I want to hide it from her, but she's not going to care. Okay? So you got to choose and pick your battle with the time that you have. So give this a good clean. Use the panel prep. This is the panel prep by Detailco, right? Oblivion. Wow, this feels so good, guys. If you haven't done this, give it a try. It feels really satisfying. Your windshield is gonna thank you. Your vision early in the morning or at night, it's gonna be perfect. And from here, like I said, apply your favorite sealant, ceramic coating. The House of Rags has a ton of glass coating. So now for the windshield wipers, I don't want to use the window sealant on it. This is not something that worked for me in the past, but what I like to use for a fresh, clean wiper blade that does not gives wiper chatter, that glides really nice, is using some alcohol. This is 70% IP, USP, whatever. Does not matter at this point, just some alcohol from the shelf. Oh, the paint is too slick. What I like to do is a big line of product on the towel that you want to throw away after this. These wipers are shot, they need to be changed really soon, but that's gonna give me maybe a few weeks before I get time to swap her windshield wipers. So keep in mind the blade here is made of rubber. So there's gonna be some leach from the rubber, but those are really grimy. Yep, it's pretty good. So I do this probably once a year. It's perfect. The Detailco Wool Pad is one of the best wool pad I've used. You guys already know what I use. I use the Lake Country normally. This one is as good or even better. So I still need more time with it. I've been playing with this for a few times now. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. Endgame is also one of the best compound I've used this year. It's top of the shelf. It's just as good as the compound that I've compared in my other videos. All right, my friends, this is it. That was my process when it comes to windshield. Rotary is a little bit more precise when it comes to edges. Dual action works. I've used it for a very long time for windshield. No problem there. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget you can use the coupon code DOGMA for anything at thehouseofrags.com and .ca. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.